So holiday seasons are upon us, and every holiday I try to schedule a plan for my children. And honestly, it's been a lot since moving to Switzerland. Most people who know me know I'm very organized. I always think ahead of time and just organize my life. So before we left, my older two, I always plan for them like the holiday, this is what we're gonna do, maybe areas that they're lacking. I'm gonna try and create a curriculum just to support them in that area. And this has helped them, I mean, through life. I remember my eldest daughter, she started reading at 3. And it was so interesting because I didn't think she would. We got a book then, it's called Your Baby Can Read. I don't know if he's still happy, if he's still in sale today, because there's a lot of thing about, people talking about reading. It's not the most important thing, la la la. But I just wanted to try the experiment. So, and of course, I wasn't working, so I had time to stay with my child, which for me is golden, is the best, honestly. So I started with her. She was 2 plus then, or maybe around 3. I started the flashcards. I did the sounds, the phonics, because that's the best way to teach your child to read. You use phonic sounds, the letter sound, not letter name. So if you were to say SAT, which is sat, you would say SAT, sat. Okay, so she started reading, and it was interesting because in her school at that time, when she got into reception, so in the UK, the first school proper you would get to is reception, and then year 1, year 2, that's the end of your key stage 1, and then you have year 3, year 4, year 5, and year 6, that's your key stage 2, and then year 7 is the beginning of your secondary school. So anyway, they haven't started giving them books, so you start in the UK around 4, and then before she got in, she could read sentences, she could read title of books. We go to the library again. I love books. I just love the smell opening books, and so she just loved books. She developed the love of books from then on. And then as I was teaching her, I didn't know it was also helping, because growing up we didn't really do phonics, right? So I didn't know that I would need it for one of my jobs in the UK. I was going to have different groups of children just to teach phonics, and the lady that's like the lady in charge, they called him Senko at the time, she was the one that was asked to kind of check and examine me with the phonics, because of the group I was going to be teaching. They're kind of the year 3 group, which is grade 4, and so they wanted me to be sure I was teaching them the right thing. So I was kind of examined from just to see how I would teach them, not knowing that when I was teaching my daughter, I was teaching myself, and that was going to be an added advantage for my job, one of the jobs I got in the UK. Anyway, long story cut short, before they gave anybody books in the school, in my daughter's school at the time, they gave her a book, because the lady who was in charge, I was like, oh, come on, this girl can read. She's like, no, she's 4, she's in reception, she can't read. I'm like, yeah, she can read. So the lady, out of wanting to just shush me or shush my daughter, she took out a book from the bookcase, and she's like, what's this? And it was kind of engineering something. She read it. She took another one, she read it. She took another one, she read it. She's like, wow, I don't care what anybody says, you're getting a book. And that was how she got the book. Before I knew it, the news went wild. Oh, Charles can read. Oh, Charles. So people wanted to associate with me just because my daughter could read. They wanted to know the secret. What did I do? So play dates almost every every day of the week. She has play dates. So, but I had to be wise. Of course, I'm not going to say yes to all the play dates. So anyway, she started reading, and because she set that pace, and I knew, okay, yes, it's possible your child can read from that age onward. I mean, now I've seen children, I think 2 plus or so. I saw a video the other day that the child was around 2 years old or something. Anyway, when my son was to go into school, my son had a bit of not talking on time, and so there was some talk about speech therapy. It was like, no, everybody develops at different age. So the nursery was dragging with me. No, he has to go and see a therapist. He has to see a speech therapist. He's not talking. It's not this. It's not that. But to shock them, this same boy started reading at 4. When he started reading, I think 3 plus going to 4, he started reading. And I was like, there you go. They say, yes, he can read, but you want him to talk. He should be fluent. He should be this, he should be that. I'm like, every child developed differently. I am in education. Come on. So anyway, I'm happy that somehow some things happened and that conversation just died naturally. We didn't talk about it anymore. So yes, he started reading at 4 plus 3 plus 4, more or less that age. And then so he also, like, they just knew, oh, this is your daughter, this is your son, I'm sure he can do this. And anyway, it's not to brag about children, it's just trying to tell you that when you have time and you sow that time into them, it does yield profit. Believe me. Yes, you can send your child to school, but what input are you having as a parent? So now to my 3rd child. I have 3 children, by the way. So around the time he was born, great, lovely plans. I had the books. Up till now, I have the books. I might show you at some point, or maybe I think I've done a video around it. I can't remember, but maybe at some point again, I'm going to do a video of his shelf, and I'll go through the books one after the other. We moved to Switzerland, and then when we moved, he of course, we moved when he was 3, and he started reading. So I got flashcards from here. For him, he was reading flashcards. Sometimes he uses the thing on the, so a picture on the flashcards. He uses it to just know the word. So he would look at the shape of the word and just say it at 3, when he was 3. I remember very well. And then, but after a while, life happened. I lost track of things. A lot of things happened that really threw me, through my family. So I left it. And of course, because we are now in a bilingual, I would even say multilingual country. So they speak German, French, Italian, and English, and they speak Swiss German, like 5 languages. But of course, I live in Zurich, so it's just more like the German, the Swiss German, and of course, English for those that, I can speak English. So anyway, I were able to just get to the point of not forgetting him, but not as quickly as I would love to. So, but now he's picking up. So when he was 5, he was able to read sentences, he was able to, but of course, it's a skill. So reading is a skill. If you don't keep at it, what's going to happen is the child will lose the skill. And because your teacher won't be teaching English to your child in school, and if your child is not in an international school or a bilingual school, you stand the risk of losing the reading. So yes, holiday season is here, and I am just going back to what I do again. Hopefully it's not, I don't believe it's too late. Like they say, there's no perfect time. Just collecting all my books here. But there is always a peaceful time. There's always a time. I'm not starting all over again because, of course, now he can read. It's just to show you some of the things we are doing as a family, or I am doing as a mom, just to keep things flowing and going. Else the holiday is going to go like that. So I got these lovely sticker books, like activity books. By the way, I have like a timetable. If you want me to share with you, let me know, comment below, and I'll share with you timetable for what he's doing and how he's doing it, so which day. So even if I'm not there, he knows what is happening. So these are just sticker books to keep him busy on days that, okay, I've finished all I have to do, like a reward for him to do something. So this is another one. This is a sticker book, and this is also a sticker activity book. So I got both of them from the UK, actually, the last time I traveled. No, one of them many moons back, like I said, and then the other one I got it recently. I also got this book. This book, I've always used it from. They actually have a book, an online reading session that I really love. Is called the OWL, Oxford Reading OWL. It's really good. It's just a shame that once you leave the UK, you don't have access to some of these things. But if you do, please let me know. If you live in Switzerland and you have access to some of the UK things, let me know. I love this BBC as well. The CBBS, but of course, we don't really have access to all of it like directly, but I think there's an app you can subscribe to and then you have access, but even that is not the same. We've tried it sometimes ago and you pay some monthly subscription, but it's still not the same. Anyway, this is a set of books. These are all the books, so sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time you have 8 books in a pack, and it talks about different things. You have the multiplication, shapes, addition, grammar, handwriting, comprehension, times table, money, and time. So that's one of the books in the set. I call this the green book, so he knows that. And I have a system. If you want me to show you, I can share with you. I have a system where he is not doing too much of one. I know he has a favorite, which is maths. He loves doing maths, so the maths book is kind of finishing quickly. So I told him, but he knows the system. He knows the book to choose and when to choose. If you want me to share the system, comment in the section below, in the comment section below, and I'll let you have it. That's another one we got, like daily maths practice 100 workbooks that he can use. That's another one. And then these ones are just books for, I call them gap fillers, when he doesn't know what to do with himself and he's just, yeah, this is science book. He actually got these papers just to make paper planes because it's so rich. They tell you a lot in this book, a lot. So sometimes he just sits there by himself and then he just looks for something. Like the other day he made a paper plane, and then yesterday I think he made a dog origami. So these are just gap fillers. This is a grammar book. Sometimes not all the words he can read or understand everything. Some of them are very long, but of course he knows, he just loves the book, and then he looks at the picture, oh, what does this mean? And he reads them as well. And of course, this is a maths dictionary. This was actually passed down from my daughter. I don't think we wrote a name on it. Is that like almost 17 years. So I love keeping books, like the books that my daughter used for reading. If you want to see them, comment in the section, say books below, and I will share them with you. I still have them. I carried them from England up to here, and I know it's going to be a blessing to many, people to come. So this is a word search I got for him, but I think I found out that some of the words are I love word searches, but I found out that some of the words are very long, which is not too difficult for him, but we do it sometimes together. Sometimes I tell him, okay, there are 4-letter words or 3-letter words. You find them and I'll find the rest. So this is another gap filler. So these books, my husband got them, partly because we're trying to, easy for us to translate from German to English. And these are not recently bought books, by the way. They are books that we've used over time. So I've tested and trusted them, and that's why I'm sharing. It's not sponsored. This is my own gospel plain opinion. So they are very colorful, and it just tells you how you can go through it step by step. Even as an adult, I am learning a lot from it. And then this is just dictionary, illustrated dictionary, and also the same way, very colorful. And then it tells you the word in English and also the word in German. I just love the book because it has a lot of pictures, especially for visual learners. So these are kind of German books for his next class, and it's just to help him read more German and just get more immersed in the language, because his teacher is kind of complaining that he doesn't write a lot of German. I did say to him that, yes, I'm sorry, we speak English at home, but the other teacher was saying to me, keep your English, because what happens is some people come to school to learn German and they lose their mother tongue. So keep at it, let him keep grinding. And then the other teacher came the other day and was saying, get rid of your English. Not get rid in the sense of get rid, but do more German. But here I am, also still trusting God for more of German. So this is also another book we got, and it's just like an activity book, something they can do. He loves doing things like this, and this is also for concentration. He loves it. Like he could just, if you can read German, help yourself. And if you can't read German, just enjoy looking at the pictures. So let me know. And for my other two, we have a set timetable. We actually ask them to plan their timetable we verified it. My husband and I verified it. So they have set time when they have to do what they have to do.